time for an update. It's Sunday, 8:40 a.m. and I'm going to give you an update on Saga coin and a few other coins that I've talked about in the past, and one new one called PACcoin that has a ridiculous circulating supply and total supply, but amazing amounts of volume. I wanted to prove a point with that coin, so stay tuned to that in just a few minutes. Okay, so Saga coin, you guys know that I was in at $2.70 around December 28th, so right in this area. And it's been pushing up, and it has had a good amount of volume, and the market cap continues to grow, and the dollar amount continues to grow as well. So since my last update, it's moved up about $3 or so, and I expect this coin to continue to ride up. I think that it will pass its spike moment that it had at about $23, and will continue up from there. My expectation is that it will hit at least $50 in the next 1 to 3 months, and will continue to rise from there slowly. I think that the $50 mark, it will have a substantial pullback to maybe the 30 to 40 range, and then continue up from there. So my outlook on this is that it will shoot up back up to 20 or around 20 to 25, and then have another pullback to 15, and then continue up from there. So it will look something like that. And so far, everything that I've said about Saga coin is taking place. I expected a pullback at 23. That happened, and now it's continuing to go up. I think that there's still a lot of value in this coin, especially because of the circulating and total supply, like I'd like to talk about. All right, so what about the other coins that I've recommended? Well, GoByte isn't one of them, because this coin's already way too late, and it came out a month before Saga coin. But it's what my outlook is a lot based on, or coins like this, like GoByte, because it has very similar build, mission, circulating and total supply, and it hit $50 and then since has pulled back, and it's jumping up and down around the $50 mark, which I expect Saga to do as well. But this is the kind of coin that I want to try to find. And I'm doing my research to try to find these kind of gems, because I feel like they have a lot more likelihood to increase in value than something like, for example, Tron. Now Tron has a lot going for it, and it's also the most invested when it comes to volume, most invested on Binance. It pulls the most volume. As you can see at the top, that's 55,000, over 55,000 Bitcoins are, and you know what, one Bitcoin is $17,000 right now, so millions of dollars are invested in this coin right now, yet it still continues to fall right now. It's on a pullback. These coins are so hard to read because of the circulating supply and total supply. So let me go into that. We'll talk about PACcoin in just a second. So going to the front page, you'll see that Ripple, well, let me get that underlined better. Ripple, Cardano, NIM, Stellar, IOTA, Tron, just in the top 10. You see that all of these coins have really high supplies and really low US dollar value. So, and I've talked about that before, it has a lot to do with the circulating supply, that it's hard to put a high price on something that there is a large quantity of. And especially when considered that the highest price and the most popular is Bitcoin. And so people like to invest in something that has the same or lower circulating supply. If something has had success in the past, then recreate that and possibly have the same success. Right now, the cryptocurrency market doesn't see a lot of value in something that has a high supply, at least when it comes to US dollar value. I think that users and traders, investors, see a lot of value in something like Ripple because of the mission that it includes, the product that's behind it, or the basis behind the coin. but it's number 2 in its market cap. And typically market cap is what causes a coin, especially something like Bitcoin, to rise. When people hold the coin and more people continue to hold the coin, that means that the value of that crypto will continue to rise. That's not necessarily the case with Ripple right now, and it's much harder to actually read when price will increase or decrease. Ripple is going to be a huge example for the other cryptocurrencies like Cardano and NIM and potentially IOTA. I thought that IOTA was the one that was going to really make an example for the others, but looks like Ripple has just taken so much volume and so much attention. But it's these coins that are going to really test what is true value in the cryptocurrency world. Right now, something that has high supply is not showing that, but I think that could change in the future, and we could see Ripple increase to $100 overnight. But something needs to change where people see more value in a higher circulating supply crypto. So we'll see what happens. I don't think Ripple with the current market, I don't think it has more than a $10 coin in it in 2018, at least with how the market is now. Okay, so to prove my point further, let's go to a coin called PAC. Now, PACcoin is, I would think, a pretty worthless coin. I see much more value in the top 10 coins that have a high circulating supply. Look at the supply. This is a 2 trillion circulating supply and a 3 trillion total, over 3 trillion total. I went to their website, nothing really special. The coin's been out since 2015, and it's been flat ever since, and then all of a sudden, it just went crazy, and it's been moving up. Basically worthless, and now it's moving up quite a bit, and some people have made quite a bit of money with it, but I feel like it has more potential to be a pump and dump than anything. And if you go to to Cryptopia, you'll see that it has some of the most volume out of any crypto. So look at at Cryptopia. So Cryptopia doesn't pull a ton of volume in the exchange world when it comes to cryptos, but PACcoin, look at this little coin, has 1,578 Bitcoins invested in it right now in the last 24 hours. But it's 0, and actually it's 50, and it's going back and forth from -50 to 0. And a lot of people are jumping in on this coin because they think that it's a good opportunity, especially when it comes to volume. If they see a lot of volume, that means that it's probably going to rise. I mean, look at Electronium. A lot of volume, it's 30% up. So is it eventually going to move? I don't think so. I think that if it moves, it won't be that much because, again, it comes back to the circulating supply and the total supply. It's just hard for a coin to increase a lot in US dollar value when these are just so high. You can't really put a price tag on that, and it's a very risky coin to be involved in. But don't be a noob, and don't invest in something when you see a lot of volume on it. Doesn't necessarily mean it's going to rise. You got to do some research behind it to see if the volume makes sense. If the volume is something that you should be watching when the coin is considered. But when the coin is considered here, PACcoin, there's nothing that I can pull away from this and hold unless I'm wanting to really take a huge risk. And I don't want to do that. So my point there is watch that supply because that is one of the most important things that you can look at on a crypto and how it pulls its value. And Tron is another example. It moved up here, and I don't really know why. I don't know how much farther it has to really push up, and we'll just have to wait and see. But it does pull a lot of volume, but right now it's moving down even with a high amount of volume. So it's too tricky to try to get in on these really cheap coins that have a high volume, high market quantity. So why not just find something that has better stats, like a Saga coin, and find similar coins like that. All right, that's pretty much my update for today. Looks like Saga coin is continuing to rise, which I'm happy about, and I'll continue to hold until I find a better opportunity if something comes up. I will sell my Saga if I see something better that has more potential to jump, a few 100% quickly. But if I can't find that, I'll just continue to hold Saga and to my $45, $50 target. Thanks guys for watching. See you next time.